thank you. I want to talk to you tonight about safe testing in Rails, and especially a gen called Bogus. So, first, when we first do a Rails application, we have something very simple, usually just a few models. So we start by testing our application by just creating objects and testing those objects, and then it's all fine, fast, easy, no problems. But soon we get a lot more objects and a lot more associations in our application. So things get complicated. So we have a few strategies we can do to deal with. We can just create stuff. In every test, we just create this and that and all the associations that we need to test just one thing. Or maybe we can use factories that will create all that stuff for us. And that's all good, works. But we have a couple of problems. First is that we're creating a whole universe of things just to test one thing. And so, for example, in this example, we want to test something in user, that the user watches a video, and then there are some, inside user, in watch, there are some side effects there where it says, video watched by, and video is doing something else, and who knows what else is happening. So just by testing one thing, we're just triggering a whole lot of things, side effects in our application. So our test is just super slow. So how do we fix this? Okay, so doubles and stubs. Great for fixing this. So a double. So instead of actually having all these triggering all these things in our application, we just say that the video is a double, that when you call something on video, it doesn't do anything. So we just give that to user. Watch that video, which is a double, and then video watch by, it's not doing anything, it's just stopping there, so the application the test is really fast. So we don't have to worry about the side effects. But there's a big problem with that. That if we just do something like this, like what we did before, provide some kind of double like that, then our test might break totally. For example, in there you can see video watch by, but our actual class called video doesn't have a watch by, it has a seen by. So for example, you might have started with a watch by, but at some point someone said, oh, I will change that watch by to something else. Let's call it seen by. And our test will be fine. It will be just fine because the double doesn't care. But the application doesn't. The application. So some people will tell you, okay, don't worry, the way the integration test will fix this. But I don't know how exactly. I don't see how integration test can fix that. There is a domino effect that maybe the integration test can do. And when one thing is broken, you fix another thing, the other thing is broken, and then at the end you will get to realize that there is a problem with your doubles, but it's really hard. It's not a good strategy. So, and we don't always have integration tests. Maybe we're just building a gen, but we always have unit tests. So maybe we don't have integration tests at all. So will they? So this might be your test, everything is beautiful, and your app might be So that's something to be very careful when you use a lot of double and stubs in your app in this test. So is there a way to get the benefits without the drawbacks of stubs? So having really fast tests, we have having this problem of getting into an alternative reality. So yeah, there are a few gems that have been done to test with this, like Rspec Fire, Wacky and Bogus, and several others. But I just found Bogus to be the more robust and the one that has cover more things than the others. So I will just show you how Bogus looks. So Bogus gives you fakes, safe stubbings, and safe mocks. I will go through one by one. So let's start with fakes. So this is a typical Rspec thing. You say video is a double thing as null or a double, and then you have your test, and video has a symbol, and this thing passes. And we don't want that. This is just broken. So Bogus, instead of doing let something, you just do fake video, and you provide a class, and it will create an instance, well, a double of that instance. And then when user watch video, it will actually check that that symbol is there. So if the symbol is not there, it will break. And we want that. And still the test is very fast because it's still a double. And also we check the arguments. If we say watch by, but watch by only takes one argument, and if you are passing two, it will also break. And we definitely want that. Then stubbing, pretty much the same story. With just Rspec stubs, you can just say, video stub time, but video doesn't have time. Video has duration. But our test will just pass. Time, so happy, it's there, but it's not there. So Bogus provides us with stub. The syntax is a bit different. You have to get used to it, but the same thing. You stop the video with the time, and if time is not there, the test will break. And it also checks the arguments for you, that you pass the right amount of arguments to a stub later. And finally, mocking, which is just saying, like this object should receive this call. Again, with Rspec, test will pass if you mock something that is not there. With Bogus Mocks, you actually mock what you want, and if it's not there, it will break. So that's pretty much Bogus. So that's where you can check it out. And that's it. Thank you.